And so all these industry people are always saying, don't put out music during November and December because it won't get heard, you won't get good numbers. But that's 90% or nonsense. We're not in the 90%, we're in the 10% over here at Makin Cents Podcast. And so we're going to actually put music out in November and December, and we're going to do it smartly and strategically in order to gain maximum exposure, because people are going to still be listening to music during November and December. I don't care what the industry is saying. So whenever you are going to be putting out this music, you need to be able to put it out the right way. And so one of the things that you can do is,
my revolutionary faculties got me switching up the game and changing minds. Get them out the system, I'll be saving lives.
What's up, y'all? Harkos here with the Makin Cents Podcast, where it's all about music marketing, branding, and how to have success, real success as an independent artist. And during the holiday season, November and December, people are always saying artists don't put out music, but that's that 90% mindset, and we don't mess around with that around here at Makin Cents Podcast. We are all about trying to get that 10% thought process so that we can be in the top 10% of everybody in the music industry. And, you know, like I said, a lot of people at the top, oh, what about all these industry execs, Harkos? All these industry execs are saying don't put music out. These big label artists, they're not putting any music out. Well, you know what? We need to do stuff differently. And so whenever it comes to putting out music in November and December, I say that if you're going to do it, you need to do it in a smart way. All right. Because like I said, they always say in the industry, oh, don't put out music in November and December because there's all these distractions from the holidays and people shopping and family get-togethers and traveling. And that all equates to lower streaming rates. But I think that's nonsense, because people who like music listen to music while they're doing all of that. While they're going out and shopping, they're listening to music. While they're cooking, they're listening to music. While they're traveling, they're listening to music. And so, yeah, if they like your music, they can go ahead and keep listening to all your old stuff. But if you keep on putting out new music at one new song a month, then you're going to still keep in their ear. And they're going to know, because you have a strategy over the whole year where every month I'm dropping a brand new song, at least one new song. So they know to expect that from you. And so when November and December timeframe comes, if you follow the 90% nonsense mindset, you're not going to be putting out any music. And so your fans, or sometimes some of your newer fans, they're going to lose all that momentum that you have of you putting out a new song every single month, like you should. So if you're not doing it, do it. But they're going to be so used to it. So continue putting out content during the holiday season. But, you know, I do agree with the industry. There's a lot of holiday distractions. All those things are all distractions. Well, how do you get in front of them? Well, again, I go by the 90% rule. So when you hear me say the 90% nonsense, what I say is like 90% of stuff is what everybody does. But that's not where you get to success. See, the 10%ers are the ones who actually innovate. The 10%ers are the ones who are at the top. The 10%ers are the ones who are always changing the game because they're always doing something different to stand out. And so, like I said, I always go by the 90-10 rule. We should not be at 90%ers. We should see what 90% of the people are doing and then figure out how we can stand out and be the 10%. And so the 10%er approach that I have during the holiday season is that you just release music more strategically during the holiday season in order to capitalize off of your music the best possible. Okay? And there's three main ways that you can gain new fans, especially, but you can continue grabbing more and more attention from your current fans over the holidays. And they are entertaining and engaging content, right? Just put out entertaining and engaging content. Being strategic with your advertising and your marketing strategy. And what I like to call email direct communication, okay? A lot of people will call it email marketing, but I call it email direct communication because it's not just about sending sales emails all the time. People will put you in their spam folder, or they'll just give you their spam email address, because everybody has at least two different email addresses. They have one that they send for spam, so when they got something, a free offer or something like that, they'll put that email in there. But when they got something they really, really want to keep in contact with, whether it's jobs or friends and family or specific things that they really care about, discounts, loyalty programs, whatever, from things that they frequent, they will put in their real email address, the one that's not their spam nonsense email address. And so you want to be in that one. You don't want to be in the spam nonsense one. So you don't want to be doing email marketing standardly where you're just blasting them with, buy my stuff. Oh, here's how to support. Oh, I got a discount. No, we don't do that. We do that about once a month on average. But every single week when you're coming to these people with your email direct communication, which is what I call it, you're actually communicating directly with your fans. Because what I always say is social media is for strangers. Email is for fans. Because on social media, you can reach literally anybody in the world at any time. It's all based on the algorithm, the content within the piece of content that you're putting out, and it just goes based off a lot of different metrics. But when you have somebody's email address and you're able to send them a communication, they're part of your insider crew. They gave you an email address because they want to hear more from you. They value what you have, or you gave them something in return. And so that's when you want to have email direct communication. And so we'll get into that here a little bit more here in a second. But, let's go ahead and cover each thing independently. Now, the first thing is entertaining and engaging content. Now, I talk about this all the time, but when you are putting out anything on social media, it needs to be purely entertaining and engaging. No out now, buy now, stream now, support, and especially none of that boo-hoo crying nonsense. I'm trying to watch my language, that way I can continue running advertising on this podcast. If I cuss, they don't like it. So, and for those of y'all who know me, who are used to me, maybe you go to the Wednesday night WTF Wednesdays, you know that I am very fluid with my language. But on these main episodes, I try to keep it as clean as possible. That way I can advertise and promote this podcast and reach more artists, to help more artists, and not get my ads shut down. But anyway, so you don't want to be putting out any of that really salesy stuff. Oh, new music out now. No, just entertain people. Engage with them in a real way. Okay, so whether it's a clip from a music video that you're putting out on social media, let me back up half a second. So there's two different types of content, obviously. Everybody knows this. You have a long form video and short form video. In long form, there's a couple of different ways you can do it. You can have a music video, like an official music video. You can have what I like to call TikTok style music videos, which is where they're shot in up and down version with your phone, to where the video is made for vertical platforms. Okay, and that can be a regular music video. You can do a lot of the same things with a regular music video, or you can shoot some one-off type of content depending on your genre, and your subgenre will depend on what kind of content you can do. But that's nuance. So you can have the long form version of an official music video in 9:16, wide format, like where you're watching this right now. Or you can have what I call TikTok style music videos, where it's longer content, an up and down version. You can also have any kind of what I call brand building content, which is where you are letting people know a little bit more about you. So when you're building your brand, you're talking about who you are, what you stand for, what you represent. So whether that's hobbies and interests, lifestyle type of things, like skateboarding and gardening, the goth lifestyle, all these different kinds of things. You can have of things to be social or political, if you're into that, if that's part of your brand, if that's in your music as well. Those kind of things are what I call brand building pieces of content that you can also have in long form, in sideways, or in up and down as well too, 9:16 or 16:9 format. You can have those different kinds of pieces of content. And then there's the short form version, which is where you take clips out of those longer forms, those longer videos, and you put those out on all the socials, which I also include YouTube as part of his socials, because they do have the shorts, they also have the community tab, and they're working on other different things. But YouTube works a lot like the other social media platforms, where there's a comment section, you can have likes, shares, the engagement with the community and all that kind of stuff. So it works just like a social media platform. And a lot of people forget that it's a social media platform. They say, oh, that's where I put my music out. That's where I put my music video out. No, that's where you should put everything out at. If you're putting it on TikTok or Instagram or Facebook or X, you need to also be putting them on YouTube. Okay. So anyway, that's the difference between long and short form content. So just to kind of put that out there, so whenever I'm just saying it, you guys, we're on the same page. All right. Now, for those of y'all who are like, yeah, duh, Harkos, we already know that. Look, I'm saying it for people who may not know and just kind of refreshing you. But anyway, so you need to use short form and long form content that's entertaining and engaging. And the description, like I said, not out now, buy now, stream now, none of that. It needs to be reflective of what is happening within that content. So whether it's a long or short form, you're summarizing in the description, you're summarizing the overall mood, the tone, what's being said in the video. You're doing that in the description. And no matter what platform, no matter short or long form, okay? You need to be doing that, because that is going to activate the algorithm way better than new music out now, hashtag new music with those red little siren emojis and the fire emojis and all that. No, that's nonsense. That's old stuff that used to work. It used to work in the pre-TikTok era of social media with Instagram and Facebook. You put those, the sirens and like hashtag new music and stuff like that, and it would actually get some traction. But it doesn't work like that anymore. Okay. There's still a lot of people that will get out here and tell you, oh, you need to have a proper hashtag strategy. Oh, do this, do that. No, look, your post should have hashtags to help categorize it within the algorithm, but your descriptions should be very keyword and SEO based, to where it's summarizing the mood and the tone of what's in the video. That way the algorithm, when it sees that and then it takes the transcript of what's being said in the video, it can use that to put it in the algorithm, and then the hashtags just kind of help point it in that direction. Okay. So when you're doing entertaining and engaging content, you need to be putting out either official music videos or the brand building stuff that I talked about just a second ago, okay? Not out now, buy now, and I don't care, because nobody cares. See, that's the thing. When I say social media is for strangers, email is for fans, I'm being for real. I'm 1,000% for real. That's what it is. On social media, social media doesn't go based off of the subscriber metrics anymore. Okay? Not everybody. You could have 5,000 subscribers, 50,000 subscribers, 5 million subscribers. When you make a post, all of them are not going to see it, because they're also subscribed to tons of other people, and they may be looking for, interacting with specific content for that day based on their mood of that day or their interest on that day. And so the algorithm will be feeding them whatever they're into on that specific day, and your stuff may not be it. So it doesn't matter if you have 5 or 5 million followers on a social platform or even on YouTube. When you put out a piece of content, it does not guarantee that they're going to see it. So that's why you got to go with entertaining and engaging content, and not the buy now, stream now, out now stuff like that, because most of the time you're going to be releasing your stuff. You're going to be getting viewed by strangers. Again, the 90-10 rule. You're only going to be able, when you put out a piece of content, only roughly at maximum 10% of your following is going to actually see that on the day you post it. A lot of times they won't even see it till a few days later, if at all. And that's based on their algorithm for the day, like I told you. So you're going to be seeing people are going to be seeing your content based on what their interest of that day is. And so that's why you need to make the description not salesy, but actually descriptive and vibe and tone. All right. And so when you put out that content, like I said, it needs to be entertaining, like I just said, and then also engaging. So if you have something in the description, hey, do you think this is a good portion of the song, or do you like this hook? Does this hook really catchy? Something like that. You can do something like that if you want to. But where the engagement really, really matters is in the comment section. Excuse me. So when you're putting the content out, again, entertaining and engaging content, not salesy descriptions, you're putting it out there, people are coming in, they're seeing it, and they're placing a comment. Now, a lot of people, 90% of artists, and I use the term artist, band, collective, solo artist, it doesn't matter, right? 90% of artists, when somebody comments on their stuff, oh man, that's fire. Oh, that's dope. Oh, that's an awesome song. Oh, I love this song. Or oh, that whatever. Or this is garbage, right? No matter what they comment, you will see a lot of times an artist will comment back with either just some emojis, like the fire emoji or thumbs up emoji, or they'll comment with something bland like thanks or I appreciate it, or they'll even go straight into a pitch, a hard pitch, and be like, oh, I appreciate that. It's out now on all streaming platforms. Go check it out right here, and then throw them a link. Well, that person only said either that person threw up some emojis or they said something, just a one-off, hey, I like this type of comment, or I don't like this. But what you need to do to be able to engage is you need to actually reply back with 1 or 2 sentences, maybe more, of something that's an engaging statement. So if they say, oh, I really like that, that's awesome, then you say, oh, I appreciate that. What did you like about it specifically? Was it like, some of the words? Was it the tone? Whatever. You can ask them general questions like that, or you can ask them something specific. You can say, oh yeah, you like that part? I kind of like the hook better, the chorus better, a little bit better. But yeah, these are some pretty good lines in this song. What about it really, really connected with you? Stuff like that. Excuse me, pardon me. You can engage with them on some stuff like that, especially if it's like your full song, like your full music video. People comment, oh, this is fire. Oh yeah, what part did you like best? Did you like the chorus, the hook? Did you like the verses? Did you like, what did you like specifically? And you actually have a conversation back and forth with them. And you know what? Some of you may be saying this right now, and I've heard this from a lot of artists. Oh, Harkos, I'm not trying to be friends out here with everybody. Well, that's why you're going to fail. Because see, the 10%er mindset is, hey, look, I'm going to treat every single one of my fans like they're part of my inner circle. They may not be my family, they may not be my friend, but I'm going to treat them with respect. And I'm not just going to treat them like an ATM. See, that's a 90%er mindset. They'll be like, oh yeah, stream now, buy now, oh, support local artists. No, just because you make music doesn't mean people got to support it. It's the opposite. Just because you make music means that people don't have to support it. You have to get them to want to support you. You have to entertain them so much that they're like, yo, how can I support you? Can I go buy this? Can I get this on download? Can I donate to you? Can I buy some merch? Like, especially if you wear some of your own merchandise that you create in your music videos or in your other videos, and they see that, like, oh, that's a dope shirt. Where'd you get that? Oh, right here. Go ahead and check it out now. Now, in the comment section, if somebody says, hey, is this out on streaming platforms? Hey, where can I find this? Hey, what's the name of the song? Hey, where can I find that t-shirt? Stuff like that. When they ask you direct questions, then yes, give them the link. Don't be vague and no, just be like, oh yeah, hey, yo, it's right here and everything like that. And then follow up with a question as well too. Hey, yo, you really like that shirt? Yeah, that's pretty cool. Like, what'd you like about it? Like, oh, do you think I could have done that design a little bit differently? Stuff like that. You engage with people. And I'm just going to say it right now. If you are not willing to entertain your fans, and strangers especially, if you're not willing to entertain people, engage with people, and be genuine with it and not treat people like an ATM, then you need to stop making music. Yes, you do. And I don't care if you're the most introverted person on the planet. I am very introverted. I'm a hermit. I like to just stay right here in my house all the time. I don't really like going out in public, and I for damn sure don't like big crowds and everything like that. But I know the value of engaging with people, especially strangers, when they like or comment on your stuff. So if you are wanting to be in the entertainment industry by making music and you want to make a living off of it, you're a serious artist, a 10%er, then you need to actually entertain, genuinely engage, and treat people respectfully, not like an ATM. If you're going to do that, you're a 90%er, you're not a serious artist, leave the video now, leave the channel now, unsubscribe, everything like that. However, if you want to actually have a real sustainable music career, then let's keep on going, all right? I appreciate you for sticking around. You're a serious artist, and I appreciate that. I always got to say that every once in a while, because sometimes people come across my videos and stuff, and they'll be sitting there looking for like a quick flip type of content. Oh yeah, how can I make some quick money off my music real quick? Look, it's the long game. If you want to be like that, this is not for you. All right. But anyway, so you need to engage genuinely. And not only will that build a deeper connection with strangers and turn them, bring them down the fan journey that I call it, which is where you take strangers and turn them into followers and listeners, and take them and turn them into fans and then super fans. But you're also going to build the algorithm. You're going to engage with the algorithm, because the algorithm is going to see, hey, look, yeah, there's comments here. They're replying back to the comments, but there's no substance there. There's no threads happening in the comment section. So, a stranger comments, they reply, and then it's done. Well, okay, that's not a very engaging post. I'm not going to suggest that to people who are likely to engage with this type of stuff. That's how the algorithm thinks. The algorithm is a math problem. And so 1 + 1 = 2. That's correct. However, 1 + 1 × 5 divided by 3 to the power of 12, you know what I'm saying? That's how, it's kind of random for me to say it like that, but that's how the algorithm thinks. It's very, very complex, high-level math. So it takes in all these different factors and calculates it up to whether, hey, should I suggest this to other people? And if so, who would be the best fit? Because the algorithm's whole job is, as a user, whenever you open up your phone or you go on your computer or whatever, the algorithm's job is to keep you on it, to keep your attention. Oh shit, my bad. I hit my phone at my microphone. But the whole job of the algorithm is to keep you engaged, to keep you on that platform. And if it's not feeding you the right stuff that you want, you're going to go off. So it knows, hey, I did a bad job. I didn't do my job right. That's not good. Okay? So that's how the algorithm works. So that's another reason, besides the building a connection with strangers and turning them into fans, besides that, which is very valuable, you also need to worry about the algorithm portion, activating that algorithm, okay? So that's step number 1 to gaining more fans, especially during the holiday season. Now, step number 2 is strategic ads. Now, you should be using these at all times. Every month, you should be running some ads. Doesn't have to be a ton, doesn't have to even be a ton of money, but you should be running some ads. But during the holiday season, you really need to maximize these, okay? So you need to increase the output of your content that we just talked about, your entertaining and engaging content. You need to increase the output of it, and then also increase your advertising a lot more. Now, I know there's a lot of artists out here who be like, hey, look, you're probably even saying it right now, Harkos, I've tried running ads before. It's a waste of money. It didn't get me anything. Well, not to be disrespectful, but you probably don't know what you're doing. You're probably like, okay, so here, run ad. Okay, let me fill out a couple of these things. Okay, good. And like I said, no disrespect. You don't know what you're doing if that's the case. So you have to be very, very strategic when you're putting these ads out. And before you even put out an ad, you have to know basic information about not only your music, but your fan base and the potential fan base that you want to reach. You need to know who you sound like. You need to know what you represent. You need to know a lot of other key factors before you can even think about running an ad. You need to know that about yourself, but then you also need to know that about your fans, because your fans are going to be a representation of you. If you're really, really into a specific social cause, your fans of your music are likely going to be into that specific social cause as well too, especially if you put it out in your music. If you're really, really into a specific lifestyle, whether it's, inhaling plants, like I said, I gotta say it for the algorithm. All right, you're into inhaling plants and the lifestyle behind that. You're into skateboarding. You're into the golf lifestyle. You're into, hiking, whatever the situation is. Surfing, because there's a lot of surfer music. Excuse me. Hippie lifestyle, whatever it is. The city life. You need to know what you represent, but then you also need to know what other kinds of things would people who are interested in that also be interested in. So when I tell artists, I'm like, hey, whenever they come to me and they're like, hey, can you help me run an ad, or can you help me set up these ads? Can you teach me how to set up my own ads? I always tell them, all right, so you need to find at least 10, excuse me. You need to find at least 10 other artists who are the most similar to you and your music. Then you also, not the people you would like to be, but the people who are most similar to you. And you can poll people that you know. Say, hey, who do I most sound like? Now, a lot of times it's going to be somebody that you are inspired by, some of your inspiration. But sometimes you're going to kind of have your own style, but it's going to be very similar to other artists. And you need to come up with 10 of those. So whether you come up with them all for yourself, or you crowdsource off of your fans or your family or something like that, your friends, you need to come up with at least 10. And then you also need to come up with at least 5 lifestyle things that not only you represent, but other people who like what you represent would also be interested in. And those main things right there, there's a few other things. Your age demographic that you reach, the countries, the language, you need to know those things as well too. But those 2 things right there are very, very key. And so that's why, like I said, on step 1, see, all this stuff goes into each other. Okay. I kind of got a little ADHD, so I talk back and forth, but all this stuff goes into each other. If you don't create entertaining and engaging content, like I just said on step 1, real entertaining and engaging content, you're not going to be able to do this step 2 here at all, because you won't have the tools necessary to put out these ads. But strategic ads are very valuable because it amplifies your reach on your content and draws more strangers into you than just the organic will do. And a lot of artists will be like, oh man, but that's pay for play, man. No, it's not. It's pay to play the game. See, you're in the entertainment industry, and that industry is a business. Plain and simple. And the key to growing a business is marketing and advertising. You have to know who you're trying to target them effectively to where they come in and they start rocking with you. And that's the key. And if you're a serious artist, if you haven't left whenever I just gave you that disclaimer a little bit ago, you're going to know this. You're going to say, yes, I want real fans. I am a serious artist. I'm a serious person. I'm tired of working this 9 to 5 or these multiple part-time jobs. I'm tired of barely scraping by. I want to live a life of purpose where I'm creating music and I'm standing for my lifestyle that I like to live, whether, like I said, whether it's hobbies or social stuff. I'm able to do this stuff that brings me the most joy and be around a lot of people that are the same, whether it's online or whatever, and all my fans and everything, and have a real group of people that I feel a connection with. And I want to do that, and I want to be able to live my life and not have to struggle financially anymore. Well, you can do that. If you find the right people, they will donate to you. They will support you in all different kinds of ways, whether it's sharing your stuff, listening to your stuff, running the streams up for you, buying your music, your merchandise, donating, going to tickets, buying tickets to go to your shows, stuff like that. And so when you do your strategic ads, you need to increase the amount of organic content you put out, and then really, really hone in on finding these people and entertaining them, because again, they're distracted. That's why the industry tells you don't put out anything during November and December. because they're distracted. Well, how do you get somebody who's distracted? How do you get their attention? You reach them where they're at. And a lot of times, honestly, these people, you know how it is. You're one of these people. When you're out here dealing with all the holiday stress and catastrophe, you go to distractions. A lot of times it's music. That's your distraction. And so when you go on social media, you're already going to be getting a bunch of ads. Oh, Black Friday sales this. Oh, holiday sales that and stuff. They're going to be scrolling through and seeing that. But if they scroll through and they see an ad that's just music, that's just entertainment from you as an artist, they're going to be like, ooh, click. They're going to be more likely to click on that than they will another sales ad, because they see thousands of sales ads a day. But if you just put it in front of them, hey, you like this, right? Then they're going to actually rock with it. And so in order to run the ads effectively, again, it can't be salesy. It's got to be only entertaining and engaging, okay? And like I just said a second ago, if y'all need help putting these ads together, either you want me to do it for you or you just want me to teach you how to do it, that way you can do it yourself and be 100% DIY and sustainable, which I'm all for, let me know. apexmusicsystem.com. Go there, send me a message right here, whatever. Get in contact with me, and I can help you out with this, okay? It's very simple. I'm working on building a course for this, and I'll be able to tell you, hey, go to apexmusicsystem.com, go to courses, blah, blah, blah. But I don't have the course up yet, so if you want me to help you out, I can still help you out. But you need to be able to run effective ads in order to grow your reach. Because again, like I said, step one is to create that entertaining and engaging content. Step two is to have strategic ads that are effective, that boost your signal. Okay? And then step three is to do what I call email direct communication. And that's not email marketing, like I said at the beginning, where you're sending them sales email. You're actually doing email direct communication. And so like I said briefly at the beginning, with email direct communication, somebody has given you their email, and hopefully it's their primary email. It's the one that they open frequently. It's not their spam email. And so when you get that email, it's gold. And like I've said before, when you got a piece of gold in your hand, you don't just light it on fire and just throw it out in the yard and shut the door and go back inside. No, you got a piece of gold. You know it's valuable. You can do all kinds of things with it. And so when you have that email address, you need to be deepening the connection. So you're creating this entertaining and engaging content online. When you come to people email every single week, you need to be just building deeper with that. So again, whatever your hobbies are, your lifestyle, your social or political interests that you represent, these type of things are what you need to be coming to people in email talking about. And what I recommend as well too is that when you're doing these email direct communications, you're actually having a mixed media. So you have text and video option. And so you can have a full long text blog style thing that you send out to people in email, but you're going to have a lot of people who either don't read well, don't like to read, don't have time to read. And even if you partner and tell them, hey, this is a long email, copy and paste it here into Speechify, for instance, or some of these other platforms that are, take the text and read it in an AI voice or something. Even if you do something like that, you're still probably not going to get a lot of people like, oh man, another long email from Harkos. Oh my God. But what I think the best way to do it is to create that big long blog style post and have it as a blog on your website and put it out as a weekly blog on your website. But then when you send out an email about it, you should be like, hey, have a summary of it in your email. Sorry, I lost my train of thought for a second. Have a summary of it in your email to where you say, you hit some bullet points of it and say, hey, I wrote this in long form. You can find right here on my blog. Here's the link. Or if you want to watch a video, I actually created a video where I was talking about these exact same stuff on a deeper level. Here's the video right here. And then that video links to your YouTube channel where you're putting out that non-music but engaging and connection deepening content. Okay? And so when you're doing this email direct communication, 90% of your email, 90 to 95% of your email needs to be all that brand building, informative, entertaining, and engaging content. Like I said, a brief summary, having a long text version and having a longer video version that you're telling people about. And then at the bottom, 5%, that's when you have a little pitch. Hey, I got a new album out right now. Hey, if you want to support, you can support right. Here's a support page. And on the support page on your website, you have where they can buy your stuff, where they can donate to you, where, stuff like that. But that's where you put your little promotional, is in that last little 5% at the end. And you can mix it in the middle if you want to, but I like throwing it at the end. So that way, when people if they get all the way down to the end, then they get your pitch, and they're going to be highly likely to go check out your pitch because they went all the way through your email. And so, again, like I said, when you have this email direct communication with your fans, it needs to be brand building. And you can even run polls in order to get engagement with your fans. So when you put out these emails, for those of y'all who don't know about email marketing and how it works, your email service provider will rate you based on how much incoming you have as well as the outgoing. So if you only have outgoing and none is coming in, you have hardly any click-through rate, meaning that they click a link in there in your email, then that means, hey, this is like a spam email, and so it's going to rate you lower, and a lot of the spam filters on these different email providers are going to kick in. So when you send out your email to your fans who have given you voluntarily their email, it might go to your spam folder because they say, oh, that email, that's a spam email. We're not going to put that to you, all right? And so, especially with AI starting to do a lot more with these email platforms, it's going to be scanning your emails, creating a summary out of it, and putting that in front of you. And if it knows that you swipe away or delete a lot of sales type of things, and that email just came through from an artist that you like is very salesy, it's going to just ditch it away, okay? And so that's why you need to build this connection. So you can have a poll where you're asking your fans, hey, I got these 4 songs I'm getting ready to release. I don't know which one to release first. And you have snippets of each one. Which one do you like? And you have a poll to where they engage with that. And so they're engaging with your poll by clicking a link. And then people who respond to that poll a week later, that's when you email directly to them. Hey, thank you for participating in this poll. So the poll results were this. So I'm going to release this song next. And then you can go a little deeper. Hey, so I had a couple different ideas for a video for this. What do you think about this, or that? And you kind of go from there. So that creates your fans to be, that creates your fans to be more engaged and more invested in your music. And so that deepens the connection and turns these fans into super fans who are going to be more likely to engage with you, more likely to share your music, not just to randomly on their social media to a bunch of strangers, but also directly sharing that to friends and family that they know who might like, hey, you need to check out this brand new song I just heard from so-and-so. It's great. I think you're going to like it. That's how you get your fans to be super fans and start helping you grow. See, all these different tactics, these 3 tactics are things that you should be using every single day, every single month, but you should tighten it up and make it a lot more. You should ramp it up, is what I'm trying to say, during the holiday season when people are more distracted, especially like during the summer is another time as well too. We need to kind of ramp this stuff up. So again, like I said, the 3 main ways are to, where is it? There it is. I have notes. It's to create entertaining, engaging content, to run strategic ads, and to have solid email direct communication. And that's what you need to be doing all the time, because your entertaining, engaging content is going to find strangers and bring them in as followers, listeners, and maybe even fans. And then your strategic ads are going to help boost that signal. Because if you don't create content on a regular basis, putting out short form content 3 to 5 times a week, you're putting out one new song a month, one new music video a month, and then you're putting out one interest or hobby or brand building type of video content every single week. You're not putting that out like that. You're not being strategic and creating content consistently. Then you're not, when you put the money in behind your advertising, it's not going to go that far because the algorithm is not going to know. But the more content you put out, the more organic interaction the algorithm is going to get. So when you add money, add gas to that fire, it's going to flame up and gather a lot more people to come in, to be strangers, to go down that fan journey. And then the more you're putting out that entertaining and engaging content, the more you're being real and genuine and you're not trying to sell to everybody. When you do once a month hit them with a promotional post where you're saying, hey, all my music's available absolutely for free on my website, come to blah, blah, blah.com. Then they're going to be highly likely, oh, yeah, I already follow this person. I already like their content. I already like their music. Oh, it's free on their website? Let me go download it. And you can position it any way you want to. Like I said on the last episode, you could say, hey, do you have to go in airplane mode because you're traveling? Do you have, you live in the boondocks? Do you, ride the subway or whatever? You run into situations where you can't use your streaming platform, but you like to listen to my music. Go download it absolutely for free on my website. You can download it to your phone. You can listen to it offline. You don't have to worry about it. You don't even have to worry about paying the subscriptions anymore to the streaming platforms. You can just listen to my music however you want to. Unlimited skips, unlimited repeat, everything like that. You can position it all different kinds of ways. But when you hit them once or twice a month, no more than that, with those kind of promotional things on your social media and even through an ad, then they're going to be more likely to come in and engage with that. And then once they get there, then they're going to be on your email list. Then you can have email direct communication with them and nurture them, make them stronger fans, and then create super fans out of them. You need to be doing this every single day, every single week, every single month. But again, you need to really ramp this up during the holiday season. And the reason that I titled this episode and kind of went along with it being about holiday theme is because I'm releasing this in November. When you're watching this is your business. But I'm releasing this in November, and to help me get out in the algorithm, I know that I need to title and have something based around what's working in the algorithm right now. And a lot of it is holiday season fan growth strategies. Okay, so that's why I made this episode like that. But in general, like I said, you need to be doing these things every single week. And this is like a blueprint that I call the Apex Music System, where you take social media, streaming platforms, and sales, and all the different strategies that help you grow all of those, you combine them all into one system that helps you grow so where you can live a life of value that you want, where you're making music, you're engaging with your fans, you're entertaining them, and you're making enough money off of it to where you don't have to work nonsense jobs anymore. And you can spend all your spare time with your hobbies, with your friends and your family, and you don't have to worry about stressing anymore about the bills. And so if you put this system in, it's a lot of hands-free stuff. Running people down to where they're actually purchasing things from you and stuff like that, that is all built in and automated. And some of you may be like, okay, yeah, it's cool. You got this great system and everything. It sounds very complex. It is. I'm not going to lie to you. It's complex. But that's why I created the Apex Music System, which is where I work one-on-one with you and I help you build it, or I build it for you. There's different options. Get it built, but then also help you, not just doing it for you, but also giving you the knowledge to where you know how to make the adjustments to add on to it as time goes, as you grow, but also how to keep it operational and keep it running with different strategies. And so if you want to join this, if you want to check it out, you want to see if you're a good fit for the Apex Music System, go to apexmusicsystem.com. There's the apply button, hit apply, and fill out a short little application. This basically lets me know who you are and what I'm kind of working with here. And we'll hop on a video call, and free, absolutely free, okay? we'll hop on a video call and discuss it and see if you're going to be a good fit for the Apex Music system. And if not, I have other ways I can help you out as well too. Some free options, some low cost DIY options to help you get up to where you'll be a good fit for the program, because there's a lot of stipulations to the program. And if you don't meet some of the stipulations, I'm not just going to kick you the curb. I'm going to help you get up to that level to where you can actually build and implement the Apex Music system for you, to where you can start growing and start building that lifestyle that you want to live. Okay. And so if you're not interested in that, you're like, yo, look, Harkos, I just came across you for the first time. This video has been great, but I don't know you. I'm not going to take my time like that. I don't want to give you my information. Okay, cool. I have a free course called TikTok Style Music Videos. It's absolutely free on apexmusicsystem.com. Go there, check out that course. Like I said, absolutely free. No money, no catch, no 30-day trial, no nothing like that, okay? It's absolutely free, called TikTok Style Music Videos. And it shows you some of my strategy on creating the TikTok Style music videos I told you earlier, where you're creating music videos but also regular engaging content in vertical format, so that way it's already formatted perfectly fine to fill up the screen. You don't have to worry about zooming and blurring, everything like that, but it also has a lot of strategy built in. And I show you a lot of very simple and easy ways that you can create this content. And again, the course is absolutely free, and all of the steps that I show you in the course are designed to help you create this content for free as well. You're using a lot of free options to create this entertaining and engaging content, and sometimes even music videos, to where you can spend no money, just a little bit of time, and create this content. So you can, what little budget you have, you can use to maximize the growth with strategic ads. Okay, so again, if you don't think you're ready for the Apex Music system, you may just came across me for the first time, you don't know me, you're like, hey, the stuff you've been saying is great, but I need to get to know you a little bit more. Okay, cool. Go check out my free course at apexmusicsystem.com called TikTok Style Music Videos. Go check it out, absolutely free. And then let me know what you thought about it. Let me know if you thought it was great. Let me know if you thought it was garbage. Let me know some things. Hey, could you maybe added this? What about this? That way I can add stuff to it and make it better for you. Okay, make it better for you and other artists like you. Okay, so again, if you think that you're ready for building the system, you're like, hey, look, I've been doing this for X amount of years. I'm ready to actually start growing and building a real fan base. Go to apexmusicsystem.com, apply. Let's hop on a call. Let's talk it out. If you don't think you're ready yet, go get the free TikTok Style music video course. All right, that's my gift to you. But you can also just keep coming back here to Music Making Sense Podcast. Every single week, I drop a brand new episode right here on this channel where you're listening right now. So, musicmakingsensepod.com for any and everything Music Making Sense Pod. And that's also where you can find out about my Wednesday night live stream that we do here on Music Making Sense Podcast, exclusively only over on the YouTube channel. And what that is WTF Wednesday, where I play a lot of great music from independent artists just like yourself, from all genres, and me, and we got some regulars already over there, and we got a lot of strangers that come in as well. Everybody comes in, hangs out, listens to music, puts their opinion in on the music, positive, negative, it's all constructive, it's all for the love. And we sit and hang out with some music. And then also, if you're new, I'll go check out your social media. Make sure your social media game's on point and everything. And again, that is absolutely free as well too. This content you're listening to right now, that I put out every single week, as well as the live stream on Wednesdays, absolutely free. I created Music Making Sense Podcast and the Apex Music System, all designed to help independent artists grow in the real way. Because as an independent artist myself, I have seen a lot of these music marketers and supposed music marketers who will put out all this content, how to blow, how to break into the industry, stuff. No. A lot of people are not even there yet. Look, you're making music, you barely have a fan base. The last thing you need to do is go try pitching your stuff to a major. You're not there yet. And a lot of y'all don't even want to be on a major. You just want to be 100% independent, and you can do that now. So that's why I create all the content I create here on Music Making Sense Podcast. And that's why I have my services and some of the free stuff that I have available, like the TikTok Style music video course, over on apexmusicsystem.com. So whether you want to check out the free stuff or you want to go a little bit deeper with me, musicmakersensepod.com or apexmusicsystem.com for any and everything that you need to help you out with your music career. And until then, until you take that next step, until my next piece of content that I put out, until the next Wednesday night live stream, you have a good one. Make sure you put some comments down below. Let me know what you thought about this, especially if you disagree with me. I want to have that conversation with you legitimately. And go look at all my previous posts. When people disagree with me, I have that conversation with them in the comments, or we hop on private and we actually have a discussion. So until next time, y'all have a good one. I'll see you on the next episode of Music Making Sense Podcast. Make sure you come by Wednesday night live stream on YouTube. I'll see y'all. Have a good one.